literally, have you talked about it before? Because I'm about to unleash on it.
Yeah, people have asked Bruce. I mean, especially after the book came out, people had it brought to their attention again and asked for some more clarification. But I mean, by all means, the floor is yours, man.
Well, let me just tell you. I heard the story from Bruce told me before, and listen, I know Bruce is the guy, not the bullshit, but it's always. And he was very honest, and I'll get into the story in 1 second. But when Dana told it, Dana's very good at telling stories too. Like he's good at like reliving some stuff, and he's a good like storyteller, So he was saying, look, he goes, oh man, I don't know how it got brought up with you, Bruce, but I was with Dana, and he goes, oh man, I was in the elevator, and I was talking. If it was me, Bruce Buffer, and Frank Trigg, and I don't know who else was in the elevator. But he told me, he goes, yeah, Frank was saying something, and Bruce, went to say something, and I believe Frank put his, I don't know how he put his hands on you. I don't know if he smacked you, he did something, or put his hands on you where he said something like, hey, don't interrupt me. He did something foolish.
He hit me from a blind side with a ridge hand in my throat.
Wow. Yeah. And what did he say to you? Don't interrupt me, or don't.
I'd like you to tell the rest of the story because I'm actually sitting here slightly passionate to hear what Dana said.
Okay.
What happened was
this is what I heard.
We walked in. Here, I'll tell you real quick. We walked in the elevator, Matt. Matt, we're stepping on a chair. We walked in the elevator. The doors were open. Trigg started saying something about when are you going to put me back in the octagon. The doors hadn't closed yet, and I stepped in front of him to look at Dana's watch because I'm a watch freak, and I said, "What a nice watch!" And all of a sudden, I got clipped in the throat with the ridge hand.
That's what I heard. And then from there, go ahead. I don't want to start talking.
No, you tell what Dana said. I'd rather hear from you.
Well, Dana said something where I don't know if you attacked him right away, but I believe you so the words were said where you let the guy know not to disrespect you. And then I
turned around. Now I'll say one thing. I turned around and I said, Frank, why the F did you hit me? What the F did you hit me for? And he said the wrong thing to me. He said, "What are you going to do about it?" Which kind of set me off. And then I went at him and I popped him twice in the stomach, and then it was on for a good time.
Yeah, Dana said that you said what you said to him, what you just said right there, and he said the wrong thing back. And you went at it. He said, "Hey man, let me tell you something. I respect that Bruce Buffer. He fucking threw down. Dana was sitting there like, what the fuck?" And you were throwing, and I don't know who got cut on somebody's something, but it was bleeding.
I'll tell you, and Bruce, seriously, we were taking the train in today. He was talking about doing your pie. He's so proud of you. He's like, no, he threw down, man. He's a fucking joke. No, he didn't stop, Bruce. He was going for a good 10 minutes on the train. I was like, holy crap! But that's a great thing, man. When you stand up for yourself, and that's why you can articulate what you did about, when people are in the octagon and how they feel, because there's no difference between, like a street fight emotionally and fighting in the octagon. It's on, man. That's it. That's cool.
It is. And all I can say is that bottom line is I was really proud of the fact that Dana was there, because now he knows he doesn't have a wimp announcing his fighters in the octagon, which really made me feel good. And I was the one that got the stitches. I took about 6 stitches in my finger. My skin was peeled back where you could see the bone. I had to go to the triage afterwards and all that kind of stuff. Get a tetanus shot, spend $500 and all that, happy daddy stuff. And I will say that Frank called me for the next 3 days, making sure I was okay, because it was one of those things. What can I say? But at least I know
about Frank Trigg is that Frank Trigg is a better, like in other words, you stood up to a bully right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when I fought Frank Trigg and I beat him, he was great. If I would have lost to him, oh God, I would have wanted to jump off a cliff, because he would not have been a good winner. Yeah, I don't think he would have been a good winner. He was a way better loser. So I made sure he was a loser when I ended his career. But enough of that guy.
Wow. Hey,
you know why I said that? Can I tell you why I said that, Bruce? Can I tell you?
Go ahead.
Tell us how you really feel.
No, you know why? Because recently I was, not recently, but I remember he called me, he texted. I like real people, Bruce, like yourself. That's why we get along. Right. Me, you, Longo, we're real. I mean, Frank, after I fought him, I'm nice. I'm not a guy to kick a guy when he's down. I gave him credit. I gave him respect in the cage, and the guy was, the guy had some good fights. I'm not saying the guy's a bad fighter or anything. But, then he called me one time and he texted me like, oh, back and forth. Oh, can I have Al Iaquinta's number? I want him on my show. So I gave him the number. He's like, oh, next time you're in Vegas, this and that. So he's nice enough. Al goes on his show and they're letting out, like, it's one thing to break balls if you're friendly and this and that. But he said something like, all right, listen, make sure you tell the bowling ball I said hello. It's like, hey, dude, first of all, I'm not that friendly with you to be calling me anything. Last time you opened your mouth stupid, I fucking knocked you senseless. So why don't you watch your mouth and go fuck yourself? So, I mean, I have enough friends, Bruce. I could use some enemies. I don't need to have that guy as my friend. I'm being friendly with the guy. I'm hooking him up with numbers, this and that. And the guy wants to try to take shots will be a smart ass. Do it when I'm this close to you. We have you'll relive Bruce Buffer fucking you up in the elevator. I'm sorry, Bruce. I'm sorry. See,
TJ, jump in quick.
I like Frank, though. If I saw Frank now and he was cool with me, I'd be cool to him back. But I could always flip it. I could flip it on a drop of a fucking dime.
Welcome to the unfiltered version of the It's Time podcast with Bruce Buffer.
No, I love it. I love it. I'm just trying to figure out who wants first. Frank Trigg or Matt Hughes.
The hardest thing about this podcast is keeping you all from talking over one another, but that's what happens when you get a bunch of fiery personalities on the same microphone. Hey, Matt, I got a question. This goes back to confidence and attitude, and I think Bruce obviously had some confidence where not a lot of people thought he would have in that elevator with Frank Trigg.